Hello, everyone. I am Juan Ochoa, or more commonly known as Dark 8A, and today joining me is a person who I've come to respect greatly. A person who just radiates positivity and craziness, to be honest. Bree.
Aw, thank you, Juan, for having me. Honestly, the fact that you see that in me is a reflection of what you see in yourself. And I see that in you, and it's like minded individuals attract like minded individuals. So it's an honor.
I'd like to welcome everyone back, including you, Bree. Thank you for joining to another episode of the Lifestrats podcast, where I bring a guest on every week to get to know them a little bit more and get their insight and advice for whatever it may be that they are pursuing. This week's might be a tad bit different, but you'll see why as we sort of progress. Um, but Bree, thank you for being here.
No, thank
I
you.
know it was a short notice.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, I love these conversations. They genuinely fuel me.
I'm glad that's the case. How are you feeling today? How are you feeling about this interview?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous, a little bit, but I feel good. I woke up, I'm in my lazy mood, you know. You know me, you know the
Makes
vibes.
sense. I mean, you're usually working a lot, so
Yes.
sometimes a rest day is not bad at all.
That's what exactly what I was thinking is you need those days to recharge your energy. And you need
Yep,
days to kind of compose your thoughts and reflect on the week. And
100%.
people don't, well, yeah, I'll go off
No,
already.
no worries. Um, so like before, this is a 20-minute interview.
Okay.
We have a couple questions here,
Okay.
seven to be precise, and then I'll ask you two more questions at the end. One of them being a question that you have for me.
Okay.
But let's get it.
Awesome.
So currently, you're a barber.
Yes, I
What
am.
got you into it?
So originally I had jumped into the industry out of high school. I was working at like one of those family haircut places for about 7 months until I started questioning my why in reality. And I decided to follow my heart and pursue my passion and pursue my art and my craft. And I took a leap of faith and I moved to a barbershop about 2 years ago. And I'm still constantly growing every day.
Damn, you've been cutting my hair for what?
2 years since I started now, or a year.
I think it's been a year and a half.
Dang, but you're an OG. You go back.
Yeah, 100%. Which I'll need a haircut soon, so I'll
Yes,
book that.
I got you. You know,
Thank you. So you've been doing this for 2 years,
two
you know?
years.
What keeps you going? I'm pretty sure there's difficult times that you've
Ugh,
gone through.
you have no idea. Honestly, it's a constant battle of you versus you, especially because I'm my own toughest critic and I'm constantly battling those negative thoughts in my mind every single day. So, honestly, the thing that keeps me going is myself, is my drive, is my passion. Like, I just feel like I'm obsessed with growth. I'm obsessed with growing in all areas of my life. And I know that I'm just bound to continue flourishing?
Yeah, 100%. And as you say that you'll continue to flourish, is this something that you're gonna, continue to do, or do you got other plans that you're sort of looking to get going as well?
So, honestly, I feel like overall, I'm a very creative person. And I feel like my biggest purpose is to help heal others. So with that, I feel like I want to heal others in many ways. I have a bunch of like ideas and just wanting to change the world, to create a new world. But as far as barbering, like it is something I always want to do because it's something that is like it's like my baby, it's my craft, it's an art. And even if I'm not doing it like for money all the time, like it is something that I'm definitely going to do for the rest of my life.
Well, it's good to hear that I'm gonna have a barber for the rest of my life.
I got you.
Um, and one of the things that I've seen more with in you,
Hmm.
as we've talked over the course of the past year and a half.
Hmm.
You're very spiritual. That is clear to see. Like anyone who sees you, they'll know.
Aw, I
Um,
love that. I love that I radiate
how
that.
you really do, and I personally want to know how heavily does that influence your life?
Dude, it is my life. It it basically is my life. It's everyone's life actually, but it's just a matter if you get in tune with that or not.
Hmm.
So it's saved my life also. I'll say that.
Okay. Uh, would you say that the spirituality sort of ties in with you sort of moving forward with any endeavors that you have?
So honestly, my thing with spirituality is that spirituality is getting back in tune with your soul. It's getting back in tune with your soul purpose and realizing that we are eternal beings and we're more than this three-dimensional, you know? So I feel like when you get in tune with your spirituality and your soul, you notice that the endeavors that you're facing in this lifetime are just temporary. And none of this is forever, and you just got to appreciate the moment for what it is.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. You're giving me good answers, and I'm sort of staggering with what I'm going with. Goodness.
No, it's like talking. It's like us talking, having our conversations.
Yeah, it is, but your answers are like really good, and
Aw.
it leaves me wondering a little bit.
Yeah, like you want to go in depth about it, but we got 20 minutes.
Yeah, we got 20 minutes, so going a bit further into your future, you say you're going to be doing barbering no matter what, but like anything else you got planned soon? And I know you were sort of mentioning it to me a
Yes.
couple weeks
Okay.
back.
So this is something because this is another thing. When you are creating the dreams that you have in your mind, you need to be very picky with who you tell them to. But honestly, I feel like it's starting to manifest. And I feel like by me speaking it is also manifesting it. So I'll tell you if you want to know the tea.
I mean,
But
if you wanna
no,
let people in on the thing,
so
I'm gonna share this with a lot of people, so
okay, okay. We'll cut that part out. Okay. Okay, no, but let me say it. Ask me the question
Okay.
again. I got distracted.
No, no. So essentially, what other plans do you got? Like, I know you've mentioned something about a thing you got working. So is that something you're willing to release now, or you're still in the works?
So it is definitely still in the works, but basically, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek. Right now, like I mentioned earlier, I'm in a place where I just want to bring that love back into the world. And to me, the thing that brings people the most is music. That brings people together, that unifies us, and it's just through the love of music. It's an art, it's another form of art. So, right now I want to bring that love from EDM. If I don't know if you guys like or ever had that phase or that era where you were just like into EDM, but
Still into EDM.
good, as you should be. But honestly, if you've ever been to a festival or anything like that, it literally represents plur, which is peace, love, unity, and respect. And you feel that energy all around. And that's what I'm trying to bring back into into the world. I'm trying to bring that love back into the world. So definitely in the works.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and in the description of the YouTube video, if you're watching this on YouTube, um, I'm gonna leave Bree's links down below. So any
Yes.
updates that she sort of gives out, be
Yes.
sure to check it out.
Follow me. You know where I be. Sunchild Bree A, that rhymes.
So, you know, we're we're still very young. I mean,
Yes.
but a lot has already happened, in my opinion.
Yes.
Um, and I I know that a lot of, well, not a lot, but your thinking is sort of everything that has happened has shaped you to be the person who you are now.
Exactly.
But what would you have wanted to know before you took a hold of your life, you know?
Like when, like what I wish I would have told myself when I was younger.
Essentially.
That's a good question. Um, I feel like there's what I would tell myself if I was younger would be that all the love and everything I'm seeking in other people is already inside me. Everything that I need is already inside of me, and I don't need anyone's validation, anyone's love to remind me that, give that back to me. Because if I would have known that as when I was younger, I feel, but I also feel like we said, our experiences shape us to be who we are. But I definitely feel like that's a life changing um, epiphany that I came across already.
Definitely. Just, you know, view internally to find comfort and growth, honestly.
Yeah,
Outside validation doesn't mean much when moving forward.
yeah.
That's really good. And would you have anything you would have wanted to know before you started the whole barber stuff?
Oh, um, I would say not to compare myself to anyone. That we're all
Mm-hmm.
on the same, we're all on different journeys, you know, and some people are going to get it faster than you get it. Some people are going to take longer, but you know what? It's not a race. It's not even a competition. And as soon as you stop like looking down on yourself and just focus on your growth and put all those thoughts into how I can be better, it's you'll be unstoppable. And that's
And
with
I feel like,
anything in your life.
yeah, that was about to say, yeah,
Oh,
that piece of advice isn't so much just, you know, for a career. It can be literally anything in life. I mean, it comes down to just knowing what you're doing and getting better at it no matter what.
exactly. It's like you can't go in it thinking that you're gonna receive money or that it's gonna come easy, because anything good in life, it comes with hard work. It comes with hard nights and nights where you don't believe in yourself, but you have to keep pushing because you have more faith than anyone, anything. Nothing can stop you from your own faith.
Yeah. So, you know, moving on with this, you know, in mind, everything you've experienced, the amount of growth that you've had and whatnot, everything you've done, and I mean that you plan on doing, have you regretted even a single bit of it?
I haven't. I don't regret anything at all because every single decision I made has led me up to this point. And the point I'm in my life right now, I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful. I know I have a bigger faith, and I know my purpose is going to be fulfilled in this lifetime. So I'll never live with regret.
What did I tell you all at the beginning? She just radiates positivity and nothing but positivity.
Oh, nah, sometimes I'm moody though. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I could be a little, my attitude comes out, but we're human,
You
you know?
know, I ever since we started talking again a year and a half ago, I haven't seen that.
Good.
Hope I don't see it.
Yeah, you wouldn't deal with it well. No, you would.
I would fight you, probably.
Yeah,
That's what would happen.
yeah, you're right. You're right. But no, I wouldn't want to give you attitude. Me, I'm just more like I'll get quiet. That's how I feel.
Fair enough. I always want to fight, but
I
that's
always
a
want to
different
fight.
story
Yeah,
for a
you're a
different
Leo
day.
moon.
Goodness. So, we're sort of reaching the end here, and down to the the last question essentially, but this isn't more of an internal question. This is who would you want to see me interview?
That's a very good question, actually.
You know, anyone in your industry, anyone in another industry, someone I could hopefully reach out to and they'd say yes. Not so much anyone big, at least not at the moment.
Let me think about that. There's a lot of
Sure.
people that are in tune. Um, okay, well, it depends on what you just want people like who are you looking for, or what type of people are you looking to interview?
So I guess I mean that question itself sort of gives me a little bit sort of expand on this podcast. This podcast is called the Lifestrat Podcast for the sole reason of helping people, um, you know, in life. You know, just
Oh, I
giving them
love
any
that.
form of advice that anyone can give, whether it be in a specific industry or just overall life. I personally brought you here because it wasn't so much about talking about your industry. It was talking about your outlook in life that I really admire, and I feel a lot of people would like to hear, and it could essentially help them and grow. So essentially, anyone
Oh,
really.
okay. Okay, so I have a friend that I look up to a lot, actually. Just their outlooks on life and their perspective.
Mhm.
I love it. I think you'll love the energy as well because, like I said, like-minded individuals attract.
Mhm.
But his name is Kevin. So he's trying to get into like music as well and like the production of it all. Like and he's a writer and he just overall has a lot of value to offer to the world. So I'm gonna send you his Instagram. His Instagram is official calavera one.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
I'm gonna send it to you now.
Okay. So hopefully, I mean, one day I could hopefully meet him through you or just randomly message him, be like, yo,
Yes, I'll let him
you down?
know for sure he'd be down.
Appreciate that. So, all right, cool. And now we've come to the point of the podcast where I probably regret everything I've done and ask you, well, you have one question to ask me. What is your question?
Ugh, I feel like the pressure of the one question gives me so much anxiety. Let me think.
I might let two questions slip by, but I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
The sudden got away with two questions, that sneaky little bastard, but he's a good friend of mine.
Let me think. It's, hmm.
I know the one question is very limiting, but that was on purpose.
How do you think you've grown in this past year and what struggles did it take for you to overcome them?
Oh, goodness. In the past year,
Because
the
this
whole
is a
COVID
very
thing.
powerful year for you. I've told you that.
Yeah.
He's an
So,
Aquarius, guys.
yes, yes, I am.
We're in the era of Aquarius.
So, last year, 2020, it was a very rough year for my mentality. Just, I, I want to say the first 3 quarters of the year,
Hmm.
life was just kicking my ass.
Yeah.
I, I had, I was unemployed. Um, I wasn't in school. I I didn't have a drive, nothing of ambition at all.
Hmm.
Um, and towards the end of the year, um, I started, live streaming on Twitch, and I started enjoying myself. I started, talking with people that I enjoyed talking to and hanging out with, and it was rough for me
Hmm.
because I was struggling a lot where I didn't want to do anything, and my procrastination, my laziness, my will to do nothing sort of overtook me for a while. But as I sort of started networking and actually doing things that I wanted to do, um, I started to feel happy again. And ever since I've just been on this roller coaster of ups and downs where I'm trying to ensure that I can maintain these highest of highs and move forward, and just dealing with the lows, but making sure I don't stop again,
Exactly.
so I
Exactly.
don't end up where I was before.
Mm.
It's just powering through all of these hardships of just not wanting to do anything, and
Yeah.
it's just a thing where like physically my body doesn't want to do anything, but just going through it, making sure I do this. Consistency is
Self
something I've been
discipline.
working on. Yeah, self discipline, 100%. That's something I didn't have. I mean, I still don't really. Um, and that's what I'm working on 100%. This podcast itself, it's supposed to be a weekly thing, and this will be a weekly thing. There will be no off weeks.
Good, as it should, period. Honestly, Juan, I love that for you. And you deserve all the beautiful things that are going to come your way. I promise you.
I do appreciate that.
No, and I've always said my favorite people are the people that I know have been through pain, but choose love. And that's the most beautiful thing to me on this earth. Like, I love that for you.
I appreciate that, and I really want to thank you for coming
Of
on to this
course.
podcast. Your like outlook on life is very unique in my
Ugh,
opinion, because not many people have it, and it's just in my opinion it's very powerful to have. You have such determination and that positivity you radiate. A
oh,
lot of people need it. So hopefully through just this small podcast, these 20 minutes that we've been talking, someone can take at least a portion of what you've said and
most
get some good
definitely.
out of it that I know they will get.
Exactly. And especially because we're both doing it with that love in our heart. So it's just, people are bound to fucking, hopefully it touches at least one person. And then we know like we did our purpose.
Yeah, that's
But
the goal.
thank
Helping
you, Juan, for
at
having
least one
me.
person.
I know. Ugh, no, it was not, this was dope. And I love this. Thank you so much for having me once again. I appreciate you and for always supporting me. And just know that I'm always supporting you on your journey. And yeah,
Well, thank you so much, and thank you all who
laters.
watched slash listen. Um, Bree's links will be down in the
Yes.
description, so
Follow,
please go check her out.
follow.
Um, she's crazy, just letting you know. Um,
I don't
but
even know what that
thank you
means.
all.
I just kidding.
They'll find out. Thank you all so much for watching, listening. Y'all have a great one.
Okay,
Laters.
bye.